afternoon to everyone. My name is Kriti Shroff, and I'm a leading career counselor. And I co-founded the organization Careers with Kriti back in 2015. Today, here we are with our special webinar called Career Discovery, where we will be inviting 10 different industry professionals, and each of our following videos will be talking about one industry and one career with a leading professional from that space. So we bring to you more knowledge and more content with the help of industry. As the next speaker, I'll bring in our next speaker, which is Ms. Ruchika Shroff. And once we finish with Ms. Ruchika Shroff, then we'll have Sandeep sir join in and talk about Indian Administrative Services. So with this, let's not waste more time and get on to our next segment. So I will just add Ruchika to the pin. Hi, Ruchika.
Hi, Kriti. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
All well, all well.
Great. So, Ruchika, thank you once again for accepting our request to join in and be the speaker today. I think a lot of students who would want to hear you will start joining you now because we promised them for 7 p.m. I have put it on our WhatsApp groups that we are starting at 6:50. So we'll just start. So for all the audience, Ms. Ruchika Shroff started working a little late in life. She was a graduate and a housewife, and after which she had her own boutique. And then she got a chance to work with Reliance, where she joined as a store manager in Canali. And within 1 year, she was given an additional responsibility of Salvatore Ferragamo, and today she is the store manager for Paul & Shah, Canali, and Salvatore Ferragamo. So she's going to talk with us about fashion and luxury brand management, one career which is quite in vogue today these days. Thank you, Ruchika, for joining us. And my first question to you is that there is a lot of excitement and awe when we hear about fashion and luxury in such terms. What is the role of a business manager in this field? What do fashion business manager professionals do?
Thank you so much, first of all, for having me here. It's a wonderful platform, and seeing this, I really wish that when we were growing up and when we were studying, there could have been an opportunity and somebody to speak about careers and probably guide us on how and what to do and what to study, so we could join. You're doing a wonderful job, and I'm glad that people like you are there who are taking responsibility of guiding the new generation, so that they're much more focused and they know from the very beginning what they have to do and how to do it. Had there been somebody like you when I was probably studying, I would have been at a much higher level, trust me. So to answer your question, a luxury store manager, see, the job description will be different, but it is what you put in it, what your efforts are. You can just go to the store, manage the sales, keep up the numbers, keep doing your target, and that's it. But as we mentioned the word luxury, it means giving that special attention to the client, wherein making them feel on top of the world as if they are the ones who are running our business, which is actually true. So for us, the task is...
Ruchika, I'm sorry to cut you. I think your voice is echoing. Just check the audio settings for a second.
Is that okay now?
It's better, but I think there's a humming sound coming from the speaker or something.
Just give me a minute. Is it better?
Yes, much better. Yes.
So what I was saying is that the task mainly of a luxury store manager here is to keep doing the targets month on month, making your store the best choice where clients come back, making relationships with the clients, because luxury is not about one time selling. There is a product which is a perfect product, anybody would come, like it and buy it, but it is about your relationship building with that client. That takes you a long way, that gives that impression that yes, you are very welcome in the store, yes, we are available for you, not even just right now, but after you bought the product also, if you have any grievances or after sales or any other product you want to purchase, maybe from us, maybe from other luxury store, we are there for you. So that relationship building is the main task a store manager has, wherein there are associates to help us, wherein they interact on a regular basis with their clients, sending the thank you messages to. It is basically the relationship building. That's the first and the foremost task. After that comes everything like target meeting, like maintaining your KPIs. By KPIs, I mean the key performance indicators, wherein we measure how much or how better we are doing to the previous month or the previous year. And then sustainability, and what do you say? It has to be consistent. The consistency has to be maintained.
Correct. So, Ruchika, what are the different kind of opportunities for a student who's planning to get into a career in fashion business management? Like the other day when we were having a discussion with you, and I was having a discussion with another professional in this field, we were talking about various strategic business management roles. So, what are the various different types of opportunities that the child who's planning to make up a career in this space can think of getting into?
Absolutely, there are a lot of options. If you are doing something like a luxury brand management or thinking of getting into the luxury market, you just don't have to be probably at the store level. There, you can be at the floor if you want to be directly associated with the client. You can go in visual merchandising, wherein we make how we place our stuff on our racks and how we present the stuff. I'm sure the kids are aware of visual merchandising these days. Apart from that, there is, you can go in the operations line where you manage how the things are done. Then there is buying and planning. Buying and planning is a very, very important sector, wherein the buyers, according to the last year's, performance, they decide what to buy, how much to buy, what sizes to buy, depending upon the previous year's this thing. Then there's marketing, then there's finance, then there is human resource development, then accounts department. There's it's endless. The opportunities in retail market, in luxury retail, is endless.
And for the benefit of the students, I'm just asking this question. Are these kind of options only available for the brands which have a retail presence, or for even brands which are there in e-commerce or designers? What is the span of the industry here we are looking at?
That's a really good question.
Because a lot of parents and students think that we may get limited to an industry if we're getting into this career. So I just want to understand the span of the industry.
So it is far and wide. Trust me, things like visual merchandising, things like marketing, things like finance or HR are, these are the sectors which are there in any industry, be it a retail industry, be it something to do with wholesale, be it the IT sector. All these things are combined, and these things are not that you are just defined to a luxury store manager's role or just doing something in related to fashion. No, there are a lot of other opportunities. There's aviation, there's even hotel management, and vice versa. A lot of people from the aviation industry, from the people who've probably done interior designing, or somebody who has come from hospitality industry, is somebody who can be absorbed in a fashion market, as well as somebody from the fashion market or the retail luxury market is somebody who can be absorbed in all these categories as well. They go hand in hand.
Absolutely. So, Ruchika, my next question is that growing up, when you and I were growing up, this whole industry was quite not existing. We didn't have large malls. We didn't have a lot of premium luxury brands. And when the industry does not exist, we understand that the programs offered by the universities and institutions don't exist, because it's a very, I think, symbiotic relationship. When only when there's demand, there is the universities are producing human resource for that industry. However, today this industry is far wide and very strongly present, not only in India but a large segment of the globe, and hence we see institutions and universities and colleges offering programs in fashion, brand, luxury management. So, what kind of educational backgrounds do you think this industry is recruiting from, and what kind of education degrees should students come from? Will a brand management, fashion brand management kind of a degree empower them to get into a career like this?
So, what I would like to say here is, first of all, it has to be your basic. The schooling matters a lot in any segment wherein you have to develop relationships with the client. Apart from that, there are a lot of courses like, as you said, the luxury brand management, and there are subcategories in luxury brand management. The child has to not directly then and there choose. He can decide his field later on also. So luxury brand management, if one does, they just not wouldn't teach you to how to be a store manager. They will teach you all the aspects, starting from maybe a visual merchandising, then maybe being a sales associate, to how to correspond with the clients, client relationship management, a little bit of operations, the commercial side of it, the accountability. So it is like a whole structured thing rather than just one petal. It's the whole flower. So it's taught in a style wherein you can later choose where exactly you fit in, where exactly make the ball rolling for you, and probably you want to do this thing. Like, I've been on the front desk for the past 4 years, and maybe one fine day I realized that probably I've done this and now I want to do something else. So there are hundreds of opportunities within the organization which I can take up if I don't want to do this.
Fantastic. So today, if a student is coming from, say, a fashion brand management kind of a program, um, what are the whereas are there any other industries allied to even luxury and fashion brand management that can possibly be the industries that can recruit the student, or vice versa? Are there any other courses that your industry is looking at when you are recruiting students from?
So when we hire here, apart from the basic things, we generally prefer students who are either from hospitality background, maybe have done some kind of hotel management and like courses, or somebody who's been from the aviation background. Aviation background is definitely something where the kids these days are very well groomed and they know how to attend to people, and vice versa. The hospitality ones can be taken here, or the retail luxury ones can be taken there. So there are a lot of opportunities if somebody is doing some anything related to these kind of courses.
Okay. So which means for a student who's coming from a educational background of fashion or luxury brand management, they're definitely looking at this whole fashion industry, accessory industry, luxury.
Yes.
They can be additionally be looking at hospitality or aviation kind of industries.
Yeah, absolutely. Even styling. There these days, that has become a very in thing to do. Wherein anything, even a small video shoot, if it's happening, there is a stylist present, and and NEFT graduates and things like that. They are hired as professionals in luxury brand management also, and vice versa.
Yeah, in fact, today we had one of our speakers talking about image consulting, and she was also talking about the similar things like coming from a graduation background of fashion styling, fashion brand management. You could get into a career into image styling, image consulting, and fashion styling. Super. My next question to you, Ruchika, is what are the kind of skills that you think are required to get to excel in this career, where on one hand there is something like a store role which can be more customer centric. On the other hand, there could be roles related to maybe forecasting, trending, marketing, finance, like you mentioned, which would be more operational and more business driven. So largely, what kind of skills do you think a student should possess to get into this industry?
You'll find it funny, but the first thing I would like to say here is he or she should know how to smile. It takes you a very long way. It has brought me a long way. So when that happy face greets someone, half the problem is solved, half the task is done. In the first, we in luxury talk about soft skills a lot, rather than emphasizing only on the computer knowledge or getting to know maybe the Excel or the Word. The first and foremost things is sharpening your soft skill, which since we come from a country like India, in our houses, it has been inculcated and taught from day one, wherein we know how to be polite to our elders, how to greet the guests. So a soft skill is the first and the foremost foundation of anybody who thinks that who wants to go into luxury market. The second thing would be patience. These are the things probably which are not really taught in school, but yes, they are self-taught. So patience and congeniality and things like that are something which are the first set of skills. Then comes the bookish skills, like how to predict, how to think that what the trend would be. Something which is doing good might not be out there, might be out of fashion in the next 6 months. So focusing on that, focusing on the trends, what client like, what their body types are, according to the body types they would want to buy, which is flattering on their physiques, what is comfortable to them, what catches their eyes. So eye coordination, and all these things are something which the school will teach them, as well as they can work on these skills on their own. These are few set of skills. And then if they want to go particularly maybe in the commercial sector or maybe in the finance sector, then they'll have to do things related to them, probably the best knowledge of Excel and SAPs and things like that. These are specialized courses which, once they choose the exact field they want to go to, they can pursue.
So, a brand management program obviously teaches them these skills of accounting, marketing, operations, and all of those. But additionally, you feel that having those soft skills is something which comes innate and which can come in very handy in a career.
Very
Yes,
important.
super. Thank you. So, my next question to you, Ruchika, is that what will be your advice to a student who's considering this field, and especially because this is a very new age career. We did not see it as parents. Today, even I'm a parent, and I did not see this career when I was growing up. So there is always this fear that I might be, my child might be choosing something which is not well known, which nobody knows so much. So are there myriad opportunities, and is there a potential to earn well and do well in this career?
See, everything what we do as a career is rounded off with the kind of money we get out of it. Because end of the day, we are all working for satisfaction, definitely comes there, but the money is the driving force for sure. Trust me when I say that when because I started late in life, I repent the time I wasted. I could have probably earned a lot more money than I'm earning right now, because I did not start at a young age. So I like to tell the students as well as the parents that there are ample opportunities of growth in a sector like this. You can start from a junior fashion consultant and go up to being a brand head. So it has 5 to 6 steps in between, and it depends on how well you perform. And starting from probably a starting package of say 5 lakhs to sky's the limit. Sky's the limit. And then there are beautiful incentive structures in luxury markets, wherein whatever is your fixed CTC, over and above that, you have a lot of incentives to make if you are doing your targets. So that is one driving force which we have at stores, and that zeal to get. And since I'm working for Reliance, I would also like to add that Reliance has a beautiful incentive structure wherein it is not just a fixed income. if you perform well over the others, you even get twice as much of the incentive what you're supposed to get. So that there are ample earning opportunities, ample learning opportunities, and growing opportunities in a market like this.
Superb. My next question to you is, what does a typical day look like for a person who may be at the store, um, or maybe who's at the operations end? And I understand that these two can have a absolutely different kind of uh, day spend and lifestyle and the kind of thing. But if you could just talk about, because I've also come across this taboo where students say that I want to work with a luxury brand, but I don't want to be at the store. So, and this has primarily come from, I think, a mindset where we feel that, we just want to work in corporate offices. So, however, today, even if you're working in an FMCG industry or a bank, you start your day with sales and you go onto the field and deliver. So, what is the kind of day spent looking at for a person who's at the store or who's working towards the operational or strategic side of the brand, who may be looking at purchasing and making those strategic decisions for the brand?
See, honestly, both of them are enjoyable but difficult jobs. Somebody who is at the store gets the biggest opportunity of interacting with people, which an extrovert like me is, thrives on. I mean, I love meeting people and I love talking to them, and I can go on for hours and hours and talk about fashion and luxury and them. So somebody who is extrovert, somebody who likes to meet people, I would definitely suggest they should be on the floor because they are going to enjoy it thoroughly. It is something, at times a simple compliment makes our day. And yes, I mean, and in respect to that, I have really not worked in a tail office, but out of what I gather from my friends, there is also, there's a lot of excitement wherein you have to predict how the fashion industry will be moving, say, because the buys are done 1 2 seasons in advance, right? Right now we are doing the buy for the next spring summer collection, so you have to predict what kind of weather would be determined at that time, what kind of which age group, which millennial will be at that age who would want to buy what in the market. So predicting these things based on analysis and based on data. So I'm sure that is also very exciting work. Yeah, though it is sitting in the air conditioned office in one place and in front of your computer and not having much human interaction. And these days, because there's a lot of working from home, so a lot of our associates are still, sitting in their houses, coziness of their houses, wearing a pajama and doing the work. Yet here when we go to the store, we are all dressed up nicely, neatly, wearing our uniforms and accessories to match with a little bit of makeup and on the floor to, conquer it all. So I will always be biased toward the floor because I have been working as a floor manager for a long time. But equally, both the things are equally exciting. It depends upon, as I said, what floats your boat.
Super. Uh, my last question to you, Ruchika, is what are the industry trends in this career field, and do you think, and especially because we are talking to students who may be in school right now, and hence when by the time they'll get into the industry, it'll be 4 to 5 years from now. Are we looking at an increasing trend or an uptick in the industry here in terms of opportunities, in terms of the size of the industry growing, opportunities in the industry growing? Um, where do you see the trends moving?
It's only going up. When pandemic had hit us, that was the worst time, and everybody had thought that the worst hit thing would be the luxury market, and it proved wrong. Within us going back to the stores, there was a pent up demand of every product. You will not believe, Kriti, that we also opened our store during the pandemic to give the clients that luxury product which they were craving for. And
Absolutely, and I think there have been a lot of articles, Ruchika, on the media's coined the term of revenge shopping for
revenge
for
shopping,
this trend.
and we've felt it. Trust me, we've felt it. And where where we used to think that the particular client will come and probably who buys generally for say 4 or 5 lakhs will stop at 2 lakhs. He did not stop at 2 lakhs. Instead of a 4 lakh, he jumped to 5 or 6 lakhs. So revenge shopping was definitely there. The market trend is going up and up only. There are statistics to prove that it has jumped. There's a substantial growth in terms of luxury product, be it clothing, be it accessories, and be it even in the fashion market. So I see it's all growing, and it's a vast market. And now with so much of online thing also, earlier luxury was not available online. Now even luxury is available online. Earlier there were used to be a few international sites like Farfetch and stuff wherein you used to get luxury product, but now India has Ajio is a world class example wherein you can buy brands like Zinnia and Salvatore Ferragamo and Coach and all these things. So it is up and running and big, and it will keep growing. It will keep growing.
Superb. So what I can clearly, I think, sum up saying is that you have this whole retail segment, you have these brands to work on the strategic side, you have these designers to work with, you have the likes of the e-commerce sites like Agio and Pernia pop-up shop and all of these to work with. You have the hospitality industry. So the length and the breadth of the industry and the scope and the potential is huge.
It's very
If
wide.
you if you like to work in the fashion industry, you can possibly look at embarking on the journey. Super. So I will just now throw open the platform for questions in the chat box, and I already have a few questions. One of the questions says, how should we keep up with the luxury brands? Like reading articles or books, will it help?
Yes, absolutely. More than reading books here, the articles, the online articles, and following these fashion brands. In today's age, and especially you are millennials, and I see my 17-year-old always hooked up to Instagram. So that's the best place. Trust me, even if your parents say don't do that, tell them that I've told you to do it. So you can like these business of fashion, and there are a lot of sites like international sites wherein they tell you what's going on in the luxury market, who has acquired what is Balenciaga doing next, what was Lady Gaga wearing, and all these things. So trust me, these international sites wherein they tell you about fashion, their suit supply, there are a lot of them, numerous sites. Just scroll the net, look for these fashion sites, and once you've clicked on them, their daily dose of your feedbacks will be there every day as soon as you open your phone.
Okay, the next question comes in from another student who says, do we get to travel in this role? Also, do we get to work with designers and brands to make decisions on their behalf?
Yes, you do. So if you are, say, in the buying and planning team or the merchandising team, your responsibility is, as I said, predicting what would be the fashion in the next section, and then going for the buys. We do international buys since most of these luxury brands are international brand. So we go for to Europe and Italy and US for the buys, the buyers and the planners. And yes, we do meet the designers. Like I remember meeting Mr. Paolo Canali, and so there are a lot of these perks available. And one perk which I forgot to mention is, generally if you are associated with these kind of luxury brands, you get superb discounts on these brands. So while we are working here, I mean, whenever I want, I just have to think the product. I don't have to wait for the yearly sale, and I just go across the counter and show my employee card and get a neat 40% off on the product I like. So that's a perk enough.
Wow, Ruchika, I'm becoming better friends with you. So on a lighter note, okay, super. The next question is on the travel. Do we get to travel in this role?
So it depends upon the kind of work you're doing. If you would be a store manager like me, you might need to go to different other stores and see if any of the store isn't performing or is performing very well. So probably go and learn or go and teach. So those kind of travels are involved. Then sometimes you have these off-site things wherein all the managers with their seniors would go and have a light fun for 2 3 days. Those kind of travels are involved. And as I said, if you are in the buying, planning, merchandising team, then you definitely go for international travels and buys.
Super. So I think that sums up the session for us today. If there are any other additional questions, please shoot them. We have Ruchika standing with us. Okay, there is one more question. What kind of profile is required for a candidate for going into marketing?
So there are specialized marketing courses. And if you want to go for a luxury brand marketing, see, marketing and luxury brand marketing would be two different things. First, you have to do your marketing, and then you have to specialize in luxury brand marketing if you're particularly looking for luxury as well as marketing.
Okay. So my understanding of what I've interacted with universities and institutions that offer this program is that when they're offering this program of fashion brand management, they have subjects related to marketing, planning, forecasting, trend analysis, and accounting and finance, the kind of things that you were just talking about, as an integrated part of the program. So if a student is doing a program which is dedicated to fashion or luxury brand management, will they be equipped with these kind of skills, and can they get onto the role of getting into operations and marketing handling after the completion of this program?
Absolutely, absolutely. It is, see, once you're done and dusted with the entire program, then comes the option of your choice. Out of these all things, which thing would you want to? Because you've been taught 10 different things and you know them all equally well. Now, out of those 10 things, which is the thing which appeals to you the most? That is the career path you should take, because since and everything would involve a little bit of other things also, like selling, standing at the store, we still have to give our feedbacks to the marketing department, we still have to give our feedback to the buying and planning ones. So you need to have a knowledge of all of them, and then whichever thing is really eye catchy for you, or is an instant hit with the first thing which comes to your mind, go for it.
Great. Thank you, Ruchika. I think that should largely be answering most of the questions I had for you or the students had for you. Thank you once again for sparing
Thank you
out
so
your
much,
time.
Kriti. It was wonderful of you to have me here, and I really enjoyed the session as much as you did.
Thank you. Thank you, Ruchika. Thank you. And I'm sure these insights will go in a long way in helping students decide what they
Sure,
want.
sure.
Thank you.